Hey guys, welcome to my channel, my YouTube channel, Living Gut Gorgeous. I'm so happy that you all are joining me today and to discuss the reason why I am living gut gorgeous. You may all know that I used to have, I'm talking about Crohn's disease. Go back. I'm talking about Crohn's disease, which you may all know is Crohn's disease is a chronic inflammatory bowel disease that affects anything between the esophagus to the rectum. And you may know, well, you may not know, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you that it causes chronic pain in your stomach and diarrhea, and you be tired and may cause being anemic. And that's only a few symptoms of the Crohn's disease, but there is medication to put the Crohn's disease in remission. There are plenty of drugs out there right now that people are using infusions or through pills or whatever it may be to help them stay in remission, to ease the pain, and to have them to live a better life. But for me, I have been living with Crohn's disease. I was living with Crohn's disease for over 25 years. And it first started out me not knowing anything about this disease. It took probably almost 3 years. Yes, 3 years to figure out that I did have Crohn's disease. And I was down to 86 pounds. And it is also in my book that I wrote, My Journey with Crohn's Disease, Becoming Gut Gorgeous. You can read everything that is about my journey. And for right now, I'm going to show you guys why I am living gut gorgeous. Okay? If you cannot take this, please stop the video right now. But this is just me, and I'm loving me, and I'm grateful and thankful to have this opportunity to be here today. Thank you, God. So, further ado, here it goes. Okay, this right here is when I had my colostomy. I had this probably in 1993, around that year when prednisone couldn't work. Nothing could not work for me. So this is the surgery that I had. And right here, all the way down there, is where, when I had this, I had my son. Stomach sticking out. I had my son. So this right here is where they cut me to retrieve my son. And they couldn't cut me under there or anything like that. So they had to cut right here. So that is that. And probably 3 years later, after all of this, after my son and everything got back in order and together, I had my ileostomy. And with all of this, I had this. And then also I had other surgeries that they had to cut up too, because they cut all my colon out. I don't have no large colon, large intestines, no colon. And nothing cannot come through my backside. So after all of that, this is where I say in my book that I have a cross embedded across my stomach, which it is. And this scar right here, you may see right here, is where after all of that, I tried to get an IUD. And the gynecologist tried to go through my navel, which was not a success. So he tried to go through this way in order to insert the IUD, which was not successful. And I was spending a couple of days in the hospital because of that. So after this came along, and I tell in my book about the last time I had my surgery, is when that's it, you guys. It's when I had eaten something wrong, and I talk about it in my book in chapter the last straw. So I talk about that of me being in one hospital and having surgery, and my stomach was wide open, and my insides exploded. That's what they say, exploded. And the hospital that I was at to have the surgery could not obtain the open abdomens. They didn't have the equipment in order to maintain the open abdomen. So I had to be I had to go through a helicopter and flown to another hospital in order for them to complete the surgery and to close my stomach, to close it up. And I was in ICU for a couple of days after that. So my journey is really a journey, you guys. And I'm happy to be here, just to be smiling and to tell my testimony of God has brought me this far, to share with you guys of how wonderful He is. He's still in the healing business, which I have been healed from Crohn's disease. This year they had said that I no longer have Crohn's, and yes, and I no longer have Crohn's because I no longer have Crohn's. Thank God, right? Yeah, thank God. So that is part of my journey. I would try to get more videos with other people. If you know of anybody that wants to interview about their experience with Crohn's disease or any gastrointestinal disease or disorder, with IBD or colitis, anything that anybody has that wants to share their story, just let me know, and I would love to join you guys to interview you, to share your story, to share your experience, because people out here do need to know. And I was afraid to share this to anybody because of how people would look at me, but it's just me. I just, yeah, that's what one of my fears was, to step out and share my story with people because how people will look. But I'm grateful and thankful to see 51 years, and I want to cry. But I am so grateful to share my story with anybody who has went through this or whatever. But I also want to raise awareness and help my upstate, my surrounding area of people who living with this in any way that I can. So I'm gonna try to start a nonprofit or anything that I could do in order to help those who need it, especially if you're a single parent and your child has it. I know it is stressful having a child or yourself who has it, and trying to work, trying to keep up a house, trying to do the things that you should do every day, but sometimes it's not possible. But I want to be able to come around, share my story or help out in any way that I can. So I'm trying to start my nonprofit and be able to help others in my community. Well, thank you guys for watching, and also my book is on Amazon, and also it will be on my website when I update it. Well, it will be on my website. But thank you guys for watching. Love you. Bye bye.